So I have all of the framing in. I've moved all the boxes out 3/4 of an inch beyond the wall for the tongue and groove. I've started, so all the way around, I moved the electrical box out. Or the electrical panel out. And I've also started, I found a plug for those lights. Those lights are wired directly, so I'll have to take the box, the junction box, take it out of there, put in an outlet plug in the ceiling, very similar to that. Then I found a aesthetically pleasing looking plug-in to use for those lights. I'll be doing that over the next few days. Started insulating, did a little bit on the ceiling, need to staple some of it still, did some on the back wall. And before I enclose this in insulation, I wanted to get the wiring for the mini split, but a Pioneer mini split. I didn't get it was between this one and Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool had some quick couplers and you didn't have to pull vacuum. There's some benefits, pros and cons of that. The con is I see the extra tubing, unless you space it perfectly, whether it's you get it with 16 feet or 12 feet. Situation back here is I'm going to have it on the wall up there. I'm going to have it centered. And using up the 12 or 16 feet, it would have been nice to push it in that corner. However, it would have been right below the window. And I want to try to avoid right below the window for a couple reasons. One, so something I did not take into consideration when planning on mounting this to the wall was it's going to be out here next to the window. It'll be, so it's going to mount here. It drops about 16 inches and come up about 32 inches. So it'll be close to the window. It'll be right about here, sticking out. You'll be able to see it from the window, but anyway, that's not the concern. It's these ridges. Although did a little testing on it, pretty rigid with the way it's set up. I saw somebody else put a block of wood behind it, which seems to be a pretty good idea. So the bracket will mount across here. Anywhere there's a bolt going into a stud or piece of wood, I'll have a backer. And then where the two legs come down, two L brackets come down, behind that I'll have a piece of wood, a piece of treated wood. So I think that'll be a pretty good way of just making sure nothing crushes, although it would take a lot of force to crush those. The unit itself is about 100 pounds. Across several of them, I don't anticipate any issues. So that'll be this week. Today I should have that mounted on the outside, and then with the electrical run to it, and then I'll continue on with the insulation.